The screen was completely dark, except for a single green line of text that kept blinking slowly, like a faint heartbeat. Across town, sitting inside a giant glass penthouse, funded entirely by stolen dreams and broken lives, Julian Vance was sipping expensive whiskey. He was live, streaming to hundreds of thousands of people. To his audience, he was a financial genius, a visionary, a hero. To the internet, he was a crypto god. But to me, sitting in a cold room, staring at his face, I knew what he really was: a cold, heartless thief. My hands hovered over my keyboard. Cold sweat was dripping down my back. My heart was beating so hard I could hear it in my ears. In less than 20 seconds, Julian was going to press a button, a single click that would move millions of dollars, the last savings of thousands of innocent families, into a hidden offshore account. He thought no one could touch him. He thought the digital world made him invisible. What he didn't know was that I was already inside his system, watching his every move. If you have ever suffered because of a greedy, arrogant person, someone who destroyed someone you love and laughed about it, then listen carefully to this story. Today, I am going to share how I pulled off the ultimate revenge, not to make myself rich, but to deliver absolute, unforgettable justice. This story doesn't start with code or computers. It starts 6 months ago in a cold, white hospital waiting room, a place that smelled of harsh chemicals and deep hopelessness. My name is Leo. I work in digital security. I am the guy big companies call when they want to make sure their private systems are completely safe. I spent my entire life living behind monitors, comfortable in the world of logic and numbers. Zeros and ones don't lie. Code doesn't break your heart. People do. My younger sister, Clara, was 24 years old. She was the gentlest soul you could ever meet, the kind of person who would feed every stray animal and spend her weekends baking for elderly neighbors. Clara worked 60 long, painful hours every single week as an assistant at a local bakery for 6 endless years. She saved every single penny, $30,000 in total. She wasn't saving for luxury clothes or expensive vacations or a new car. That money was her bone marrow transplant fund. Clara was suffering from a rare, dangerous illness, and that medical operation was her only chance at living a long, healthy life. Then, she discovered Julian Vance. She didn't meet him in real life. She found his massive online channel. Julian was 32, dressed in custom suits, sitting in expensive cars with a loud, aggressive white smile and a fake sense of confidence. He spoke with a smooth, hypnotic voice, promising easy financial freedom to everyday working people who were struggling to pay their bills. "The banks are lying to you," he would shout into his microphone, leaning forward, his gold watch shining under bright studio lights. "They give you tiny interest while they get rich off your hard work. My new system is completely safe. It guarantees massive monthly profits, fully backed by secure vaults." It was all fake, absolute nonsense dressed up in complicated technical words. But to someone like Clara, who was terrified of running out of time and terrified of her illness, it sounded like a miracle sent from above. She started small, investing $5,000. 2 weeks later, the app screen showed that her money had grown. It was a psychological trap, and she fell right into it. Over the next 2 months, driven by Julian's dramatic video messages warning that the offer would close forever, Clara made the biggest mistake of her life. She transferred every single dollar of her medical fund into his platform. I had no idea this was happening until one rainy night I went to visit her. I found her sitting on the cold kitchen floor, surrounded by paper bank statements, clutching her chest, hyperventilating so badly she couldn't breathe. I picked up her phone. The app screen was totally blank. It read, "System unavailable. Error 404. Julian Vance had closed the platform, erased his social media accounts, and disappeared overnight, taking more than $20 million of public money with him. Clara looked up at me, her eyes hollow, tears streaming down her pale, thin face. "Leo, my surgery money," she whispered, her voice trembling. "It's gone. Everything is gone." That night, holding my weeping sister on that cold kitchen floor, the quiet, peaceful engineer inside me died. In his place, a quiet rage took over, a need for complete payback. The legal authorities were slow and completely helpless. I spent 3 miserable days sitting beside Clara in police stations, listening to tired officers tell us that online fraud was too complicated and that digital transactions could never be traced or recovered. "There is nothing we can do," one officer said, closing his folder with a heavy sigh. "You are chasing smoke." Julian knew this. He was relying on it. Just 3 weeks after stealing everyone's life savings, Julian showed up again on social media, under a slightly different name. He wasn't hiding in fear. He was living in a multi-million-dollar glass penthouse overlooking the ocean, posting videos riding luxury boats, sipping $500 bottles of wine, and openly mocking the people who were begging him for their money back. "If you lost money, that's your own fault," he said in one video, taking a bite of a gold leaf steak, laughing with his rich friends. "You didn't do your research. In the real world, the strong win and the weak cry." My hands squeezed into tight fists as I watched that video. He didn't just rob my sister. He humiliated her. He enjoyed feeling superior. I turned on my main setup. If the law couldn't touch him, I would. Hacking a high-level system is not what you see in action movies. You don't just type fast while red lights flash. You look for human mistakes, because no matter how advanced a digital system is, the person running it is usually lazy, arrogant, or careless. And Julian was all three. I spent 18 hours a day for nearly a month, studying Julian's entire life online. Every location he visited, every network connection he made, every device he touched. I tracked down his main digital wallets, where all the stolen millions were stored, over $24 million, sitting in one main account. To drain that account, Julian needed 2 things: a multi-word master key and a physical security device, a specialized metal drive that had to be plugged into his computer to approve big transactions. I couldn't guess his master key. The math was impossible, but I didn't need to guess the key. I just needed to get inside his computer. Julian loved showing off his modern, fully automated smart penthouse. Everything in his house was connected to the internet: his lights, his locks, his security system, and even a massive, custom-built saltwater fish tank in his living room. And that fish tank was his downfall. The company that installed his smart aquarium used old, unpatched software. Late one Tuesday night, at 2 a.m, I found a small back door through the fish tank's temperature controller. From the fish tank, I moved into his house Wi-Fi, and from his Wi-Fi, I silently installed a hidden, undetectable tracking code right into his laptop's brain. Now, the trap was set. All I had to do was wait. For 10 straight days, I watched him through his laptop camera and monitored his keystrokes. It was sickening. I listened to him joke with his friends about buying a custom luxury yacht named Stolen Capital. I saw him delete thousands of desperate messages from single mothers, elderly people, and sick individuals begging for help. "They are foolish," Julian said, laughing as he poured another glass of scotch. "They were born to lose their money. I am just the guy smart enough to take it." Then, on a Thursday afternoon, he decided to make his final move. Julian announced an urgent, private live stream for his followers. He claimed he was launching a new financial investment, but my monitoring screen showed the truth. He was preparing to transfer the entire $24 million into an untraceable offshore mixing service, where it would vanish forever. If he completed that transfer, the money would be gone forever. That exact same afternoon, Clara was sitting in a hospital room, undergoing preliminary tests for a surgery we couldn't afford. Her doctor had called me an hour earlier, reminding me gently that if we didn't pay the deposit by midnight, her surgery spot would be given to someone else. My hands were shaking. My heart was pounding like a hammer against my ribs. I opened my dual screens. On the left screen, Julian began typing his master security password to send the millions to his hidden offshore account. My hidden soft was Julian's live stream, running with a 10-second delay. On the right screen was my custom program, connected directly to his laptop. Julian went live. Within 2 minutes, over 15,000 people were watching. Welcome everyone. Julian smiled into his crisp, high-definition camera, sitting comfortably in his leather chair. Tonight, we make history. I am moving my private funds into our ultimate new vault. He reached into his jacket pocket, pulled out his black metal security key, and plugged it into his computer port. Target device detected. My screen blinked in bright green text. My breath caught in my throat. This was my one and only chance. We're logged every single letter in real time. P, A, S, S, W, O, R, D. 1, 2, 3. Julian, the arrogant idiot, had used his own name and a basic number sequence. I let out a cold, quiet breath. Julian leaned into his camera, smiling wide. In 5 seconds, the transfer will be complete. Watch history happen live. He raised his hand, moving his mouse toward the confirm button. I didn't let his finger touch it. With a single, heavy hit on my enter key, I launched my override script. I instantly froze his mouse, locked his keyboard, and launched an internal software loop. Julian's big, confident smile vanished. He started smashing his mouse on the desk. Hold on guys, a small technical delay on my screen. On his computer display, his transfer page vanished. In its place, a massive, deep red window popped up with simple, bold text. System override, reclaiming stolen funds. Julian's face went ghost white. Every bit of arrogance drained out of him so fast. It looked like he was going to pass out. What is happening? He stammered, completely forgetting that 15,000 people were watching him live. My automated contract took full control of his physical security key. It deleted his offshore transfer command and redirected the action to a custom distribution program I had spent 3 full weeks building. My program didn't send the money to my account. That would be illegal. Instead, it accessed the original public record of his scam, identified every single user account that had ever deposited money into his fake platform, and calculated their exact loss. No, stop. What is this? Julian screamed. He reached out, frantically pulling the physical security key out of his computer, but it was too late. The command was already executing inside the memory chip on the live stream. The comment section went wild, thousands of messages rolling per second. What is on his screen? Is he getting hacked? Look at his face. A heavy green progress bar appeared on Julian's monitor, refunding all victims. 100% complete. $24 million instantly broke apart into thousands of small, digital transfers, leaving Julian's account and flying back into the original bank accounts of every single person he had robbed. Julian grabbed his hair, screaming like a lunatic. He slammed his fists on his desk, knocking his studio light over, sending the camera tilted sideways toward the ceiling. My money! Where's my money? He shrieked, his voice cracking into a helpless, pitiful cry. It was never your money, Julian, I said softly to my dark room. 2 minutes later, my sister's phone chimed on her hospital table. A simple notification appeared on her screen. Transfer received. $30,000. Note: payment returned in full. Get well soon. Julian Vance lost everything that night. His reputation was destroyed. His massive fraud was exposed live in front of the world. And 3 days later, federal agents arrested him at the airport as he tried to run away on a fake passport. Clara got her operation. She made a full recovery. Her health returned, and she is back to filling her life with joy and laughter. People like Julian think the digital world is a wild, lawless place where the ruthless can take whatever they want. They forget that the digital world is built by people who know how the machinery works, and sometimes, when pushed too far, the machinery fights back. If watching a selfish scammer lose everything gave you the same peace and satisfaction it gave me, please leave a like on this video, share your thoughts in the comments, and tell me the most satisfying moment of justice you have ever seen. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications for more stories. Until next time, stay safe and take care.